Hi, welcome to Bonita's Kitchen and thank you for joining us. What I'm going to be making for you today is pork chops, onions with gravy and a pastry over the top. And this is a delicious meal. When it's all put together, you can serve it with any number of vegetables. And it was a viewer's request, so I'm so pleased to actually get to it now and show you all how to make it. I'm going to tell you a few of the ingredients and I'll tell you the amount of each one as we go. I'm going to be using pork tenderloin. I'm going to cut it into little chops. What we need is a boneless cut meat, so whichever one you want to use. This one is my favorite, but you may have a different favorite. We're going to be using a couple of large onions and cut in rings, and the rest I'm going to tell you as we go, because salt, pepper, onion powder, etc. And I'm going to show you how to make the pastry. So let's get going, cutting up the pork tenderloin into small chops. So as you can see, you need a nice sharp knife, and I'm just cutting them in nice pieces like this, just a perfect size, and cutting like that until all of my tenderloin is cut up. I actually got more pork tenderloin than I need there, but I'm just going to cut off all of what I got right now. You really only need as many pork chops or pork tenderloin chops as you're going to be cooking for. So if you got 4 people, you can use 4 chops unless you like more. And so gauge in what you're going to be cooking for. So I'm going to put all these into the little container here and I'll show you what's next. Okay, so now that I'm washed up, I got my board changed. You need a plastic bag or a container, because what I want to do is make a little bit of a seasoning here in the bag, and then we're going to toss the pork chops in first. So we're going to be using about 2 tablespoonfuls or 1/4 cup of flour, a teaspoonful of onion powder. We're going to be using about 1/2 teaspoonful of sea salt and 1/2 teaspoonful of freshly grated black pepper. I'm just going to toss this around in the bag a little bit here first, get it all evenly put there, and then I'm going to pop in my pork chops. Okay, so you just toss that around, shake off any excess. I'm just going to put it out here onto my board until I'm ready to use it. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to use about 6 of my chops that I got here today, because I don't need to cook any more than that. But again, you gauge for what you need. If you're going to be making more, put more seasonings and more flour. Okay, I'm just going to dry my hands. I'm going to put the frying pan now onto a medium to high heat, and what I'm going to be doing is adding in about 2 tablespoonfuls of oil, a teaspoonful of butter, and we'll get these pork chops frying. Okay, so we're just going to put 2 tablespoonfuls of oil and a teaspoonful of butter. So I'm going to get that melting down now to get the oil nice and hot. Put those pork chops in there. Okay, so let's put those pork chops on in there. So what I'm going to do is give these pork chops about 5 minutes frying on each side in this piping hot oil, and then after we're going to flip it to the other side and we'll let it get the same on the other side, and then I'll show you what's next. Okay, so while they're filling the log in that frying pan, you cut up 2 large onions into rings. We'll get that put in there after we finish frying up the pork chops. And then once we get this moving, I'm going to show you then how to make the pastry that's going to be going over top of the pork chop and onions with gravy. It smells absolutely amazing in there. So I'm going to flip over my pork chops. As you can see, just look at that nice golden top on each one of them there. The flour actually makes it, give it that even a better golden look, as you can see it. Just delicious. Just check that out. So now while we're waiting for the other side to get a nice golden brown, we'll talk a bit about what you're going to put it in when it comes out. I got a round casserole dish. You could use a roaster or whatever you got available, but it's got to be oven proof. Once we put the pork chops in the bottom, then we're going to put the onions back into the frying pan, fry them up nice, get them nice and golden brown. We'll put that into there. We're going to be making a gravy that's going to go over it, and then after that we're going to be putting together this delicious pastry. So let's go to the next step. So while we're waiting for all of that to come together, we're going to put a cup of flour, leaving a small amount for dusting your board after, into the pan, into the bowl, and a half a teaspoonful of sea salt and a quarter of a cup of butter. So I'm just going to pinch this into the flour. So when you're making a pastry, always have cold butter. So make sure that when you take your butter out, you're ready to use it. And so once you put it into your flour, just mix it around like this until you got it all combined in with the flour. And then after, what we're going to do is put in some cold water. So we'll add in 3 tablespoonfuls of cold water. Just put it right on into your flour and butter and just toss that around until you make a ball. So after you've put all that in together, you could use a food processor if you don't want to use your hand. It certainly will be quicker, not that it takes a long time to do it. Work your dough just enough to make sure everything is put in equally, and it'll come out into a ball like this. I'm just going to put this to the side, and you also can put it in the fridge if you want for the butter to start hardening up again, because sometimes when you work it, it gets hot and you can work better when it's cold. But I'm going to put it to the side right now. We're going to take those pork chops out and put them into our pan. Just look how delicious those pork chops are, and they're golden brown on each side. So I'm going to take them out now and put them into this pan. I can just sit down now and have one of those pork chops without doing anything else. It's just look how nice and golden brown it is on each side. Putting a lightly based flour over your pork chops when you're frying it always gives it that beautiful color. So put that into your pan like this. I'm going to put it to the side, and now what I'm going to do is add in 2 of those large onions right into my pan. So just toss them all in there. So what we want to do here now is get these onions broke down a little bit, just until it starts to get a little wilted and a little bit of a golden brown onto it, and get all of those flavors from the pot where we had fried those pork chops. Just let them feel the love in there. So everything is coming along nice here now. We got our pork chops done, or just about done, because they're cooked a little over 5 minutes on each side, up on a high to medium heat. And now we got the onions put in there to fry down, wilt, and just get a little golden brown. So next, what we're going to do while we're waiting for that to happen, we're going to lightly dust our board and put our pastry out on it, and I want to roll it out. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is roll out the pastry. If you don't have a rolling pin, you can just use a wine bottle. It'll work perfect. Just clean it off and then roll it. It all works. So just roll this out. I'm not rolling it really thin. I'm only rolling it just the size of the pan that I'm using, because I want to have a thick pastry. Okay, so I'm just going to keep that there like that. I want to add in some more seasonings here, just a little bit more black pepper. And that is to your taste there now. If you find that the half a teaspoonful and the same with the salt is fine, you could just use that, but I just wanted a couple of grates of each one. And now what I'm going to do is toss those onions, get them cooking on the other side. Caramelized onions is one of my favorite. And I can't even say to you right now that you can substitute, because if you make this dish without having the onions in there, it's not going to be the same dish. But now if you want to have, I don't know, if you got some other vegetable that you want to fry down to put on top of the pork chops, you can do that. But this one here calls for onions and then a nice gravy. And that's what they're starting to look like. They're coming along great. So that's pretty much all I need to do with the pastry. So I'm almost finished on all of the steps. I'm just waiting for the onions just to wilt down just a little tiny bit more, because I want them more cooked on top there, because once we put the pastry on there, put it in the oven, it's really only going to be in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until the pastry is a golden brown. Everything inside should be pretty well cooked. It's just to get all the goodness cooked together once it's in there. So let's check those onions again now, and we'll show you what's next. Okay, so it's still coming along nice and flipping them there now. They're just about ready. So our next step to making this pork chop, onion and gravy with a delicious pastry is to add in our cup of broth, and you can use broth of choice, broth, stock. I'm using a vegetable broth there today, and then I'm going to mix up a little cornstarch base. Okay, so this meal we're doing today is a viewer's request, and of course the viewer just kind of stated that they'd like to see it done. So all of this put together, hopefully I'm doing you justice and you enjoy this meal and you're going to want to make it yourself. So what I'm going to do now is take these onions and put them directly over the top of these pork chops. Just look how nice that looks. Now just look at this. This is delicious and as good as it gets. Anyone out there that likes onions as much as me, I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed with this dish. So pour all of those onions into the pan. So we're going to be putting in now a cup of, I got vegetable stock, and it's also called broth, but you could use a chicken or a beef, it doesn't matter. I got 2 teaspoonfuls of cornstarch, 1 teaspoonful of cornstarch and 2 teaspoonfuls of cold water, and I'm going to mix that together so we can make a little bit of a roux. And I'm going to let this stock get to a boiling temperature. We'll add that in there to make the gravy. So when you see that your pan is starting to boil like this and to start scraping off all of the goodness around there from where you fried your pork chops and your onions, I'm going to be putting in a pinch of, well, we call it oxo, but you could use beef stock or anything just to color up your gravy, and pour in your roux. That's your teaspoonful of cornstarch and your 2 teaspoonfuls of water, and let that mix around there. Okay, so pretty much all I'm doing here now is bringing it back up to a boil, stirring it just to get all of the cornstarch condensed into the gravy until it starts. It's not going to be thick, it's just going to be a light thickness because it's going to thicken when it's into this pot. So now I'm going to pour it over the onions. Alright, and so we're going to pour all of our gravy in over our onions and the pork chops. So what comes next is putting the pastry over here, and then we are done. So now here comes our pastry. So you take it, put it right over the top like this. So now I'm going to show you how to squeeze it down to keep it on your pan. So pretty much it's the same thing if you're making a pie. You're going to bring up the extra that's over the side and pinch it together. Bring it up, pinch it together. Keep doing this, tucking it in, going around, because you want to keep all of that pastry. So just do that all the ways around, and it's going to look something like this. So what I'm going to do now is cut a little O in the pastry like this, because you want the air to get out, the steam. Just go like this, and a couple of little pokes onto the sides. Okay, so what we're going to do next, we're going to get our oven ready for 350 degrees, and we're going to put our timer on. Starting off at 15 minutes. We just need this to be a nice golden brown, and this starting to cook and bubble together. So anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And I'm going to give you that amount because I don't know what your oven cooks like. And just to give this the golden brown, and then meet me back here and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Welcome back to Bonita's kitchen. Our pork chop onion with gravy and a pastry is baked. So what I'm going to do now is not let it cool, because normally you'll just serve it. I'm going to cut it now, take out a portion of those onions and the pork chop, put it on my plate. I got some boiled potato and carrot to go with mine. I'll show you what that looks like. Just look how delicious this pastry looks on the top, and you can see to the side there the onion and the pork chop. And again, everything is pretty well cooked in what was in this dish. It's just the pastry on top, and to get everything blended in together. So I'm going to take out a portion here now. Okay, so I'm going to put this much over there. So as you know, the pastry is not connected to the meal in under. The pastry is really just for the look and the texture of this dish. I'm just going to put some gravy there. Now I'm going to be putting some potato and carrot out there with mine. I'm going to put another potato there. So that's what it looks like. And the gravy that's in the bottom of the dish, you can pour over the top. You can pour it over the potato. But this is what it looks like. I'll show you all angles. Just look how delicious that looks. And as you can see, the gravy is there. You can just take a extra gravy, pour it over your pork chop meal or over the potato and carrot. So I'm going to have a little taste of this now. I'm excited to see how it tastes. I'm going to take a piece of the onion and a piece of the pork chop. Absolutely delicious. The flavors of the onion all gone down through the pork chop. Delicious. 2 thumbs up by Bonita's Kitchen. This is so delicious. It's so hard to resist, and I got my husband on the other end just waiting for his portion. You know, I can't stress enough how delicious this meal is, and I thank our viewer for sending in the request to make it, and I hope that you try it. Send me a message letting me know how it tastes for you. So if you want to see more meals like this and desserts, jams, pickles, just visit me on www.bonitaskitchen.com or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just hit the link, subscribe, it will prompt you to what you need to do, and it's free. And all of my recipes on both of those links are step-by-step, easy to follow, that you could make for your family to enjoy as well. You can also visit me on my Facebook page or send me a tweet on Twitter. But this is as good as it gets, and I'm so excited to bring this dish to you today. So I thank you for joining us here once again today and sending us so many messages and sharing our links from my kitchen to yours. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful day.